All right. You were right about that.
Those is hoops.
You're right about that.
All right, let's settle down. I got one picture to show you, though. He's a goat. All right, man. All right, I don't want to talk about it. I'm from Cleveland, that's why I'm got a chip on my shoulder. See ya?
All right. Hey, listen, everybody. We are so excited to have everybody here. I want to first introduce myself. I am Greg Odell. I'm President and CEO of Events DC. I'm here with our chairman of our board, Max Brown. This is our 4th edition of what we call Events DC. So there are those who are not even with us presently, but streaming and watching us live, and so we're so happy to have everybody here. So we just
say hello to them.
Yeah, I am going to say hello. We actually have in the audience an amazing group. The Greater Washington Boys and Girls Club are here. Please give them a shout out for being here. Give yourselves a shout. I want to particularly thank LeVar Gines for helping us and partnering with us and bringing everybody here. So for us, we're the official convention and sports authority for Washington, D.C., and so we look for bringing all things sports and entertainment to the city, and one of the key ingredients for us is looking on new markets and so new industries, and esports is the hottest thing out there, and so we're going to talk about esports today, but before I keep running on and on, I'm going to hand over to our chairman of the board who's passionate about all things Events D.C. and esports.
Well, thank you. Good to see you guys, even though he's a LeBron hater over there. No, we're excited to have the team NRG here. Esports, we've been talking about esports and involved in esports before a while. I grew up in video games when I was 5, when I was younger than you, playing Pac-Man and Asteroids and all that, right? And it's great. It's great for kids, despite what folks say. I think kids who play video games have better reaction time, smarter kids. They get focused as long as we get them away from the game and let them eat and work out and stay outside and hit the books. But we're really excited about it. We're excited about having these guys here. And with that, I'm going to turn it over back to Greg. So thank you.
Sure. So one of the things that we're doing, we're actually in Congress Heights right now. We're at the Rise Center. So on this campus, in this community, we're going to build a state-of-the-art arena, entertainment and sports arena that frankly will also feature esports. So we're very excited not only about the programming to do esports here and things like that, but we're also excited about what it's going to do for the city and for this community. So we're excited that we're going to have amazing events here and that the community will enjoy it, and they'll see people like these guys here that we're going to introduce that are going to be professionals across the world are going to be right here in Congress Heights. So without further ado, we have the Smite team here, NRG Smite team here. We're going to ask them to introduce themselves, and then we're going to get into some details and ask them about their experience in Washington, D.C. Guys?
Okay, so my name is Craig Rathbone. I'm known as iraffer in-game, and I'm the captain for the Smite esports team.
My name is Emil. I'm also known as emilitoo in-game.
My name is André Brännvall, also known as Yammyn, and I play mid for NRG.
My name is Kennet, and I'm known as adapting in game. I play the jungle role.
Nice.
Cool. So for those who don't...
an assassin?
He is an assassin.
So am I. No, me too.
All right, so for our audience watching and those in the room who don't know anything about Smite, why don't you guys give us a kind of an overview of what Smite is?
So it's a complicated one to explain, but if you've played like the old school games like Warcraft 3, StarCraft, it's like the bird's eye view, and it's almost like a tower defense too, and you have to push the enemy team back and like apply pressure to all sides of the map. So it's very tactical, skill based, and it's a grind. Like you have to spend a lot of time in game to become like a professional in like any sport.
There's a lot of strategy involved, right? Which is why I think a lot of people like esports. It's not just chance. It's strategy. Like you're playing the NBA 2K, it's skill. Right, exactly.
So how did you guys get into esports? Tell us, for all the stars, the rising stars in the room, tell us how you got to esports.
Well, I've played games since the age of 4 or 5, going back to like Super Mario. So, you know, it's a lot of grinding. I'm 27 now. I tell these guys I'm 26. Because when they gain a year, I always lose a year. Because I see myself as like a veteran. I've been through the wars in esports. But yeah, I've played all the games, World of Warcraft, put a lot of hours into that. And you'll find that other games you play have the same mechanics. So even if you switch across games, you'll be good, even though I sucked at NBA. But yeah, it just takes a long time to get into it. And once you play it, you find a group of friends, which I've done. You play the game together, and you just become the best.
So I think, you know, as we talked about basketball and other sports, I mean, you guys do a lot of training, and you work very hard. So tell everybody kind of typically either on a daily or weekly basis what you're doing to perfect your craft.
I wouldn't really like to tell you how
Practice?
long.
You talking about practice?
You talking about practice?
I wouldn't like to say how long I practice for, because it's definitely not healthy. But I'd say when I was working my way up to become a pro, I was doing like 12 to 16-hour days on a computer. So it's a lot of hours. But once you find like how skillful and stuff you are, you tend to put less and less hours into it. But that was my approach. You definitely don't need to do that, but I found that within myself. You could do 4 hours days and achieve the same thing. It just depends on you as a person and how dedicated you are.
So I see that, I think the other day they announced that the 2022 Asian Games, sort of like the Olympics, is going to have esports in it. Is that something you guys would potentially participate in? Not you, because you'll be too old by then. But because it's a young man's game, right? And young woman's game. It's a young person's game. But what do you think about that whole getting it into Olympics, esports into Olympics?
I think if you're young at heart, you can literally do anything, and that's where I am. I'm always hungry, I always want to win the next year, and that's what I'm going to continue to do until the day I'm unable to do it anymore.
So one of the things I like talking about with the young kids, it's not just, so if you think about basketball or football, there's players, but then there's people who do marketing and public relations for the team. There's people who run the day-to-day business of the team. There's broadcasters, right? There's like a whole industry being built around this, and it's like a great opportunity. I grew up in this business. My dad owned a little video game company. I would go around with him and count the money out of the machines, take a few, and then continue on to the next place. But it's, you could actually make a career out of things that are tied to esports. So it's really, I think, really cool, a really cool industry. And for us, we bring a lot of people here to Washington. We're going to be coming to watch tournaments right here that we're building this arena, the $65 million arena, with Mayor Bowser as a partner and our friends at Monumental Sports and Entertainment. So it's really exciting time.
So speaking about Washington, for those who may not know, you guys have been here for a couple days and you got a chance to see the city. So I know we have some folks in the audience who may want to ask, but quickly before we get to any other questions, give us your impressions of Washington, D.C., what you did here and what you enjoyed.
Washington is so nice. We've only really been to Atlanta in America. Like the buildings are so nice, people are so friendly. It's just so much to do here as well. We went on a Segway tour, did some crashes, and yeah, it was good times. Was
it what you expected, or what did you expect before you got here?
I didn't really have any expectations coming here, but it's definitely really good here. Cool.
So there's someone from the team who's not here. Can you hold him up?
He's here.
He's here. And what's Dimmy's story? What's his deal?
He had to go back to uni because I don't know.
All right.
School before.
Well, let's give him a shout out.
Studying, so.
What up, Dimmy? We miss you.
Do some social media.
Okay, we got some questions from Twitter or somewhere, the interwebs. Okay, so first I have to give a shout out to Rochelle Nigro, who's always watching.
Of course.
What up, Rochelle? What's your question?
Hey, Rochelle.
Hey, girl. Okay, this is a question. Apart from Smite, what does the team do to stay close when they're in different countries? Are you guys, you all live together?
You hang out together?
We talk on TeamSpeak and stuff.
Skype?
Yeah. So like we have a TeamSpeak server which we just go on.
What is it?
That's TeamSpeak server.
Ah.
It's like a voice communication server. So we just go on there and then we just chill and talk to each other and like we can watch movies and do whatever you really.
Cool. One more question from Twitter, and then we'll move on. Do any of you have a special routine or ritual you do before LANs? So a lot of players in NBA, they wear a certain shoe or they'll, whatever. What's your ritual? Do you have any weird ritual, like eat some weird food?
Drink beer.
You drink beer.
Nothing wrong with that. If you're of age, of course. If you're of age. So we've got some. We have, as I said, we have our partners from the Boys and Girls Club here. I know there's some gamers in the audience. We got any questions for these guys? You got the next LeBron. There we go.
What some other games y'all play instead of Smite?
For myself, as we were saying earlier, I used to play World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3, played Heroes of New Earth, but I'd say now I tend to play Overwatch a lot because I like a first-person shooter game, and I'll just play like the odd game on Steam, just to not burn myself out from Smite, because if you play the same game for so long, it does become a job, and that's not what you want to do when you get like into a competitive scene, because when it's a job, it's really stale.
Next question.
What is a daily diet that you have, like you guys have?
Daily life.
You said diet or life? Diet. What are you eating to stay healthy to play these games?
Like Cheetos and Twizzlers or proper food?
It's like everything, I feel like.
Nothing special, like just eat food, like whatever.
He just eats pizza, but...
Yeah, I'll eat what I find.
You're from Sweden, right?
Yeah, I'm from Sweden.
Okay, so like in the U.S., the hamburger is sort of the go-to thing, cheeseburger. What's the go-to food in Sweden? Like herring with mayonnaise, like a...
Meatballs, I guess?
Yeah, like meatballs and mashed potatoes, maybe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very standard in Sweden.
Is that why IKEA sells meatballs?
How about coffee as well? You guys like coffee?
Yeah,
right?
we like coffee in Sweden as well.
Coffee's good, yeah.
Got another question.
Growing up, what was your favorite game to play?
I would say Super Mario was mine, and after that was World of Warcraft. It's literally like my two favorite games. It was so good.
I think Call of Duty for me, mostly.
Got another question.
I played CS 1.6 mostly.
A game called Tribes Star Siege.
What's it called?
Tribes Star Siege. It was like one of the first
Got it.
shooters.
My man, go ahead.
For all of you, how is it throughout gaming together? Was it easy trying to communicate with each other? Because it seems you all are in different regions somehow.
If they spoke Swedish, then it would become very difficult because I don't speak Swedish, but their English literally sounds like any other English I hear. It's so good. Dimmy, the fifth member who couldn't make it, his English is so good too. Yeah, it's better than mine, and I'm English.
One more question.
When did you guys get together and play together?
Good question.
So, I started playing the game around, would be about 5 years ago, I think it was, and I would see like this guy in the high-level ranked games, and me and him used to really hate each other. Like, we used to have arguments online for around 2 years. Heading up to the moment we met too, like we still like kind of had a grudge against each other. We were both trolls. I'm not sure if you know what a troll is, but we were both like mess about in the ranked games, and when we were on different teams, both the teams lost, and that's where we said we'll make a new team. And I just felt, what could go worse? It's a guy I used to hate, and now I love him. So, and then we picked up the rest of the members too along the way, and they were through the high-level ranked games too.
So where are you guys ranked among other teams?
Number 1.
Yeah. Yes. So where are you playing? Where are some tournaments coming up over the next, let's say, 6 months?
Okay, so I think it's 1 week, on the 27th, we'll be playing in Atlanta. And that will be for the Smite Masters, which is after the spring split. So it's a very important LAN, there's a lot of prize money in that. But after that, it will be around, I would estimate, about 3 months after, and that will be in Valencia in Spain.
Oh, nice.
If we qualify, that is.
Well, if you
which
don't,
we
we're
should.
pulling our sponsorship. No, just kidding. And so, do you guys? So you play Smite. We also NRG also has an Overwatch team. And how are they ranked? Are they doing pretty well?
I believe they're ranked 2 or 3 in Europe.
Yeah,
they're really good.
Right. So one of the reasons why we sponsored NRG, so we are a sponsor, much like you see Gatorade and Pepsi sponsoring NFL teams. We're sponsoring NRG. They have the #1 Smite team. They have the 2 or 3 leading Overwatch team. They go around the world and play in tournaments. They have our logo on their merch. So when they go out and play, people who go to these tournaments, there's 5, 10, 15,000 people that go watch, plus another 1 million, 2 million online. They see Events DC in Washington, DC. So in addition to advertising in places to get people to come to Washington, we sponsor one of the best teams in the world to get our name and our brand out there. So people think, hey, I want to go visit a city. Where should I go? DC seems cool. Let's go to DC. So that's in response to Rochelle's question on Twitter. Thank you, Rochelle. It's a good question. One more question.
Can I? Is this on live TV?
This is on live TV. You want to say something on live TV?
Yeah.
Not profane? What do you got?
Hi, Mom.
Yes.
That's a good way to end it right there. Hey, while we're on live, why don't you guys come up? Everybody come up. We're going to take a picture, but you'll be on live right here while we're on here. And then we'll close with everybody standing
Come on
up
up,
in a
man.
picture.
Except you.
Yeah.
You're out, man. No, I'm teasing you, man.
No, don't be a hater.
No!
All right, we're going to wave to the camera live.
Let's get the tall folks in back. You can stay up front.
We're waving. Say hi, Mom. Say hi, Mom.
Council member, what's up, man? Also, Council member Tron White joined us. Say hey to Council member White, everybody. Let's give him a hand.
Good stuff.
All right.
All right.
Take a picture. Come on in here, man.
Cool. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
All right.
Mom, I like that.
Good stuff.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
So, Max, thanks for coming, man. That's a good. Okay, now you could put on the NBA 2K and rock some hoops.
Stay in. Well,